All right, I'm back. I'm back. My phone apparently got too hot. And so I'm on my husband's phone now. That's crazy. What do you mean it got too hot? Can you guys hear me okay? I hope. Let me make sure everybody gets back on. That is so weird. That's never happened. All right, I'm going to continue stenciling. All right, let's see. I can't see. Can you guys hear me okay? I know there's some of you back on. Sorry, I was talking to my friend Julie on there. All right, some of you are back. Thank you for coming back. It said my phone got too hot and it just shut off. Good thing I saw it before I went even further, because I tend to keep going on things and then I see that people have been saying, we can't see you. All right, let's refresh this. Hello, Corinne. There we go. You're back, Georgia. Yay. Corinne's back. All right, I need more black paint on here, but this paint is just about done. I'm just gonna throw it in the trash because I keep... And see why I use my paper as well, you guys, to... when I'm stenciling, when I'm dry brushing. It's just easier to... See, Arlene's back. All right, except I can't see comments, so I'm watching it from the phone and not the iPad. All right, I think we're good here. Ta-da! Very nice. Okay, so let's put that aside for now, and let's go. And this is another stencil that I was selling on my last live. And now I'm going to use the 4-word. Oh, Donna Ledbetter had asked me on my live if this was the same hip hop, and it's not. So, from last year, because I sold one of these last year. So the hip hop is different. Actually, I want to come up a little bit on this. Oh, let me see. Let me come up a little bit. Go on this side here. Just like that. And then we'll do Egg Hunt with the same brush. I still can't see comments on my iPad. Maybe you guys aren't saying anything. I mean, but I can't even see when you guys come on. Battery just went in my tablet, so I thought it was me. No, I don't know. That's really weird. It got hot, it said, and it turned off. When you guys said, I looked on my phone. And it was really hot, but I don't know. think we're good with Egg Hunt. Ta-da! So excited about that one. That's going to look good. And then this is a new stencil. This is the one I just created. And I'm going to put Egg Hunt on this one. And it's perfect for a 2x2, which is really like a 1.5 by 1.5. I put Egg Hunt, Chick, Easter Bunny, and Easter. So we're just gonna get this on here. Need more paint. I like to sample the stencil first because if there's something I need to change, I can always change it. And I think these G's need a little bit more hanging. Oops, see, I gotta fix that G. So we'll fix it before I put it up for sale. And you could put these on tags and that would be really cute too, you guys. I'll try to stage this all so you could see, and then I'll put down what the different stencils are. Remember, there's only a couple of new stencils. Super cute. Even with that little mess up. I like it just like that. I like that it looks a little faded. So then let's get this piece of painter's tape. Put it down here. Let me see. You're back, Julie. Okay, so I was saying, did you talk to the boys? Did they tell you how warm it is here? And are you dying that it's so warm here? And do you go out? Are you used to going out, or do you just stay in when it's so cold and snowy? And it must look so pretty though. Oops, I went underneath. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, yep, I'm gonna have to. This brush is bigger than what I use for these letters, but I was running out of. I need some more black paint. I like to do stencils that have more than just one word, just because it's nice for you to have a variety. Might have to put a bridge here too. Let me mark that because that looks good, but I have to just fix that purple. Let me mark it so that I do not forget what I need to fix on here. Of course, I don't see. Here, I'll just do this big old Sharpie. The G's and the S. A bridge here. Okay. I will fix that and get it ready for you guys. Oh, was I done with the, oh, I was done. Okay. Let's clean this up, this little mess up here. This is really easy to fix. Okay, there we go. All right. Let that dry. Let's get some burnt umber out so that we could put eyes on these peeps. Get a stylus here. And then just dip, dot, dip, dot. And it's already has a little score line for you, so you don't have to think of where it's supposed to go. Dip, dot, dip, dot, dip, dot. And then just dip, dot. Okay, so those are done. Look how cute this would look, you guys, if you put Hang With My Peeps, and they could be all, you could do another one. Where's another one? Oh my gosh. I don't know, you could put another one here. How cute would that be? Have a little tree of peeps, but okay, we're not doing that. So those are done. We need to finish this guy, and we're gonna use black paint. And you could use the same bee lines here to stencil that in, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it with my brush. And I'm just gonna get a gob of paint on the end of my brush and basically do the same thing that stencil would do. Let's go over this one. There we go. Then eyebrows. And then whiskers. Just like that. You don't have to use a stencil for this. You could always do your own little dots, so keep that in mind. I tend not to do really small things like this, you guys. This ended up a little smaller than I would have wanted, but it's adorable. I'm gonna make 2 different sizes. I will sell the SVG on this bunny rabbit with the eggs. But I am going to make 2 different sizes because I did want it to be a little bigger. Okay. And then let's go ahead and put eyelashes on these guys. Everyone has been telling me how warm it is there. No, I stay inside. Luckily, we haven't lost power. Oh, nice. Yeah, just the last couple of days it's been really hot. So we'll see how long that goes on for. Do this again. There we go. one is done. I'm not sure if I'll offer the ears on this one. I might, just so that you guys can make these with your Dollar Tree cubes. Okay. One more. And we're good, right? I think I'm gonna leave this like this. Okay. I'm going to get some white paint and just add highlights to these eggs. Actually, let me get a bigger brush. Aw, thank you, Mimi. All right, there we go. And I noticed somebody didn't have highlight on his nose. Let me get a brush and see if I could put a highlight on this nose here. All right, I think we're good there. Let me just give this one a little dab of paint there. Good. Those are done. Oh, this is hair for this guy. I kind of want to do one for this guy too. How cute would that be? Shoot, I should have cut out another one. Okay, what I want to do, I'm done with this, right? Okay. I want to put dots in this little, in the ears. So dot, dip, dot, dip, dot, dip, dot. There we go. And then also for this one. And again, you don't have to paint the ears in on this one. I did because I just wanted a different design, but it'd be cute if you just did the dry brushing. All right, just like that. Then let me clean this up because I just noticed that this looks messy. Okay, now we're going to put highlights in the eyes, and you don't have to do this part. You could just put little dip dots on the eyeballs, but I like to put these little Okay. We're done with that. And now we're going to dip, dot, dot, dip, dot, dot. So dip, dot, dot, dip, dot, dot. I have a Glowforge, Mimi. So the thin wood is cut out of my Glowforge. I designed it on a program and then I cut it out on my Glowforge. But the big, thicker 1-inch pieces, I cut using a scroll saw.
It was. Yeah. And I could get that at Aki Poki. Even their
And
marinated
then
ones.
here, we're just going to put dot for the cheeks. And that's it. And then I see a little mess up here, so let me fix that, or it will drive me crazy. There we go. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do, I think we're done with everything. So let me just set this aside. I think this guy needs pink on, or red on here. Darn it. Let me do that really quick. Pink and then, little strip pink and then so let's just put and then pink. There we go. Give it a little bit of. Okay. So now let's get antique wax. And we're just gonna ink a few things here. Where did I learn to paint? Aw, thank you, Julie. Thank you. Cindy bought, these are so cute. Thank you, you guys. Where did I learn to paint? So I am from I grew up in San Gabriel, and then there's the city Rosemead, and then there's the city Temple City. Julie knows all this because Julie knows the area. So I grew up in San Gabriel, but we would go to, there was this little town in Temple City. It was like an old town. It doesn't look like that anymore. Julie could vouch for that. But in this little town, they have a bunch of little shops. And ever since I was little, I would go to these little shops, little craft shops and things like that. Well, as I got older and I was in high school, there was this tool painting shop that opened up. I can't even remember the name of it now. Oh my gosh. So this little paint shop opened up. Do you remember the name of this tool painting shop? Julie, do you remember the name of that tool painting shop? The Happy... Oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, I just gotten out of high school, and I know it sounds silly, but tool painting was kind of an older people thing. You know, craft, like doing things like that. But I took a class and I just loved it. Absolutely loved it. So, that's where I learned in the little city, which now I live in Temple City. But yeah, that's where I learned. And I remember my teacher, her name was Carolyn. And I think people were a little surprised I was taking the class, but because they were older ladies that were in there, which is kind of funny. But, yeah, I think this guy's face could have been a little higher, darn it. I should have looked at the ears first. But I think if I put a bow where the ears are, it might help. Okay, and then let's do this guy. And I just put the antique wax, it's by Waverly, onto the lid. And I have a handy dandy wipey next to me, just in case it gets too heavy like that, and just, it's really easy to take off. And just rub it how you want it on there. Oh, Julie, it was close to Ralph's, and I think it was a karate place after a while, but it was close to Ralph's on Las Tunas. What was it called? The Happy... Oh my gosh. Something to do with toll painting. Anyway, so that's where I learned. And then I worked at a doctor's office on Rosemead, and then I got a... It's so funny when I think about this stuff, because as long as I remember, I feel like I've always had 2 jobs. And so I would have I had a full-time job. I was an office manager at a psych office, and I got a job at this place called Carousel Crafts. I got a job there, and then they asked me, oops, sorry, I just bumped you, if I wanted to teach classes. And so I started teaching classes at Carousel Crafts, and that was in DeWarty, which is a couple cities over. So I would work till 5, and sometimes I would go and work, just be the cashier and help people in the crafts and show them where everything was. But I started teaching classes there. And so then a friend of mine said, why are you buying all this wood? You could cut it out yourself. And I'm like, what? No, I can't. They're like, yeah. She goes, buy a bandsaw and cut it yourself. So I bought a small little $100 bandsaw, and they're really kind of dangerous, you guys. So be careful if you buy one. Tracy Erickson, a friend of mine who owns TLC Crafters, she cuts her pieces from a bandsaw. I haven't done it in forever, because once I found out you could use a scroll saw, that was a lot easier. So I went from a bandsaw to a scroll saw, and that is it. Oh, now I did craft shows. I would do craft shows and sell my things at craft shows. Then I had kids. I'm telling my whole life story. I know you just asked where I learned. And then I owned a scrapbook store with my sister, and I stopped doing craft shows. And we owned it here in Temple City. All right, I think that's good. Did I get all the pieces? Let me clean this up a little bit more. I made it all streaky. Okay, the last thing I do want to do, I totally forgot, was... Oh shoot, I need to do this too. Let's put this in the water. You guys, there's just way too many projects going on. Let's ink this. Anyway, so I owned a scrapbook store, and I started doing paper piecings at the scrapbook store with kind of like a Cricut. I would design my own things, and we started selling pre-made stuff there. We closed the scrapbook store after 9 years, and I went back to work, a real 8-to-5 job, and I started painting again. So there was a gap where I wasn't painting because I wasn't doing craft shows. And then during the pandemic is when I found Virtual Home Decor Marketplace, And I'm like, okay, I think I can start making stuff again. And actually, when I did craft shows, it was mainly from books and stuff. I didn't design a whole bunch. I think what helped me with the designing part of it is the scrapbook store when I started doing paper piecings, which is kind of crazy to me because when I think about my life and the experiences, I remember, hey, I don't think I really did much of my own designs, which is kind of odd. All right, let's get some sour apple, and I'm almost done here. Oh, too much paint. Okay, and I'm gonna grab this little rake brush and grab some sour apple and just pull some paint up here. With this rake brush. Anyway, so I think that's what helped me design. I designed my own stuff. I used to do these craft shows that were geared to like Japanese culture. So I started making like girls in kimonos and Hawaiian girls, things like that, and it would sell really well. So I did design that stuff. Looking back on it now, I probably think, oh man, I could make this a lot better. But yeah, that's kind of where it all started. Okay, let's put this stuff together before I go crazy here because there is just way too much stuff here and it's all up in my business. Okay. So I'm gonna put some I'm gonna pop this stuff up because I just think it would look better if it was popped up. And I'm just using these like leftover pieces. Let's do this. Let's bring this down. All right, let's use the Stick Fast. Less is more, it'll dry quicker. Let's hold it down until it dries. Uh-oh. This is not... All right. Let's try it again. So yeah, that's my story. My husband did everything with the bandsaw. I used scroll, not so scary, right? Scroll saw's not scary at all. Oh, Mimi, yes, scroll saw is fun. It is really easy, especially if you get one that's a really good one. I have a Jet, and it's really good. Let's go ahead and some glue there and stick his ears on. I'm going to put a bow on that one because it looks a little funky. Oh, it's cute though. This is still lifting. This was a little warped, so I'm having a hard time for it to stick down. All right, so this one is going to go here, And I am going to put, oh, I don't need to put little pop dots, huh? I like popping them up. That's kind of like the whole scrapbook thing in me. I don't know why. It just gives it a little bit more dimension, I feel. And I'm probably going to close those bridge gaps, stencil bridges, but I'll do that later. This is still lifting live. Let me see if I can, sometimes this dents my wood. Okay, I didn't want that, but let's see if this works. No, it's too far. Right, let's move that out of the way. All right, and we're gonna stick this guy on here. It's like he's climbing on these little eggs. Just realized I did not line the bunny. Super cute. I'm not sure if I'm going to offer these long pieces. You guys can go to Home Depot. They're just 1x4s. This one is 10.5 inches long and this one is 12 inches long. So, I mean, if you absolutely want it, just reach out to me and I can add it. I know, Mimi, I need clamps, but my clamps are too tiny. They're from Dollar Tree, so they're not the best. Okay. Let's finish up these guys, and then you can see how cute they turned out. I might add a little fluff to the chick on the block. Oh, oh. I got glue all over this thing. Oh, they're so cute. They have the same little fluff, so that's really cute. They look like they're matching. I wonder if it'll look cute if I put a fluff here. I think I might put a fluff here, you guys. Super cute. I don't know if this one needs a fluff, so maybe I'll put the fluff on here. That'll help his big forehead, huh? Yeah. Super cute. Oh my gosh. I don't know if that one needs a fluff. It may not need a fluff. So, oh my gosh, super cute. Okay, so we are done. I think we're done. I always say that, and then I find something else to show you guys. All right, let's move this out of the way for now. That way I can get as much on here as I can. So, we have the egg hunt, the hanging with my peeps. We have this cute little set. And then we have this adorable little set. So like I said, a lot of you already bought this stencil and the chick and the bunny stencil, but I will offer it again. And the new stencil is the egg stencil, the small circle stencil, and this stencil. So I will offer that as well as these pieces here, these pieces here. I could offer the fluff with the one inch ears, and then I'll offer the 1/8 inch piece here. So what do you guys think? You're welcome, Sue. Pom-poms would be adorable for the fluff, Mimi. Adorable. I think I will close up the stencil bridge on this one and the egg one. it's black, so it's really easy. This one I'm going to leave the way it is because it was a lighter black and I didn't want to mess it up. So I love how this one is because it's going to kind of sit here and then he'll be able to sit here at an angle. So that's cute. And I'll offer these blocks as well. So if anybody's interested, I will post those probably either tonight or tomorrow. I want to finish this up. I want to stage it so you guys can have all the pieces and you can see it. But thank you for joining me. It's been a long time since I've come live on my scrapbook, on my Crafted by Yvonne business page. So thank you for taking the time and being with me and keeping me company. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Corinne. But yeah, and I will have the SVG available for this guy, and maybe I'll offer a line drawing. We'll see. This is still lifting, and I don't know what to do now because it won't stay. Maybe I shouldn't have popped it up, huh? I absolutely love it. I hope you guys did too. So thank you, and have a good rest of your weekend. Whatever is left of it. Some of you are ready for bedtime, but love, love, love all this. Super cute bunnies and chicks. Thank you, Arlene. There'll be more coming, I'm sure, because Easter is a lot of fun. It is so much fun, and I'm having a blast. So thank you for joining me. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.